Hi, and welcome to another episode of Honest AF Show with me, Daniela Clark,
And me, Barbara Ann Wild.
and our fabulous guest,
Producer Lisa.
producer Lisa, is back in the studio making a visible appearance.
A visible appearance. Never on camera
Never been on camera.
since the beginning of your podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
you realize that New Year's Day will be 5 years?
That is
Shocking.
insane.
Isn't that
Shocking.
crazy?
Oh my God, I was
How
so
has
much
that-
younger when we started.
Well, you've been
That's so
aging in reverse.
upsetting. That is
Thanks
so
to my
upsetting.
bag of tricks and all of you look younger than you did 5 years ago. But 5 years.
Wow, that's
Amazing.
wild. Well, speaking of looking younger, the only reason I look younger today is because I'm sporting a brand new huge zit on my cheek.
I've got one to
It's got its
you
own
and I
zip code.
are always linked. I haven't had one in a year, and I got one for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Fabulous.
okay. So tell us everything. Leave no detail out.
Yes.
First
Oh
of all,
my
I just want to
goodness.
say one thing.
Yes.
You have never looked so gorgeous.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
absolutely stunning. That picture of you and Zach, I couldn't even help myself. I'm like, they're probably going to get mad at me because I don't even know if it's been released or not, but I'm posting it.
It
because-
wasn't, and you were the first, but thank you. It was really funny because the day before for the rehearsals, I had time to take pictures of myself to make sure, like, I at least sent them to you for approval.
Yeah.
And the day of, they moved our time up to be there early, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm like starting to get dressed, and I had a situation on that was like, do I wear panties? Do I not wear panties? And I was trying to figure that all out. And Zach's like, we've got to go. And I was like, I have to take pictures.
Did you have
And-
glam or did you do your own makeup?
I did
and
my
hair?
own makeup. I did my own
Wow.
hair. I did everything myself.
Impressive.
I asked Sharon if her person would put lashes on me, but there was no time.
Yeah.
It was like everything got sped up.
Yeah.
The show itself was 4.5 hours as it was.
It's a long ass
Whoa.
show.
I couldn't believe
Yeah.
it. Ozzy's tribute band was supposed to take stage at 10:10. They didn't go on till 11:15.
At night.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
It was in real time.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you were
That's
3
right. I
hours
was streaming
earlier.
it live. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was getting it early. Well, for us, it was earlier because we're on the West Coast. but
Right.
yeah.
But it was outrageously long, and they wanted us to sit in our seats from 6:30 at night, and like people were still taking the stage and acceptance speeches at midnight.
Oh my God.
It
Wow.
was craziness.
Was
So were
everybody
there
asleep on the table?
You know, all
Snoring?
they had on the table, they were supposed to have like a lot of nauseous,
Yeah.
but all they had on the table were unbelievable amounts of sugar. It was all sweets, and I'm like, oh, this was by design
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
keep
to
us
keep
awake.
everybody awake.
Yeah.
It was insanity, but it was such a great night and so much fun. Oh my God. So personally, I was so excited because, first of all, the first act. All right, so where am I going? Am I starting with the rehearsals? Am I
okay.
start-
I
I got sidetracked.
really need to know about Cher. That's like
Okay,
my-
so that's
okay.
the first.
Okay.
So the first act was Cher with Dua Lipa.
Yes.
Who I am the hugest fan of both of them. I am obsessed with Dua Lipa. I love her record. I love everything about her. She is so stunning, and her persona, her voice is incredible.
Yeah.
It's like old school, smoky, deep voice. Like, so there hasn't been a pop star, in my opinion, female pop star with that smoky, deep voice for a long time. That's like really
Right.
come on the
Yeah,
scene like her.
yeah.
She's fantastic. And she's a triple threat, right? She just dances, acts, sings.
Yeah.
She's incredible. The one thing that I was not expecting on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show was that everyone was really live. That was shocking to me
Yeah.
because I thought with the live stream and taping and a lot of these artists and, I thought for sure it was not going to be
Well, because
fully
sometimes
live.
don't they do like sometimes they mix it afterwards,
Yes.
right? So they do
right,
like
but they usually like the award shows that I've been. A lot of times, it's the singer to track,
yeah,
and they might have gone in early and recorded it, and then they do it. And there are moments where they're
yeah.
No, this was 100% live.
Wow.
So everyone that's been going on about the pitchiness and
Yeah.
the dynamics of the sound, it was live. It was
Yeah.
for real. So
Okay.
I thought that was extremely exciting and commendable, especially because a lot of these artists are not traditionally live acts, you know? Cher is a veteran. She's
I mean, she's
phenomenal. She was incredible.
Did
I
you get to
mean,
meet her?
I did not. I
How
did not. My husband did, of course.
mhm.
And I got to meet Dua Lipa and witness her sitting next to Ozzy that Ozzy couldn't take his eyes off of her. I don't think he knew who she was.
Uh-huh.
I think he was just like, who's this girl sitting like in my lap? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what is it, my birthday? Like, what's going on here? But she was incredible.
Uh-huh.
Like, Dua Lipa came out, obviously, you saw, she sang one of Cher's songs first, and then
Yeah.
Cher came out and duetted with her. It was
Cher
spectacular.
still sounds amazing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Her speech was amazing. I love how honest as fuck Cher is.
Oh yeah, she's always has
You're
been that way.
never
Never
gonna
holds back.
get another
No.
version of her.
No.
She is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the energy, I wish I had the energy at, they say she's 78. She's really 82 because she was born the same year as my mom. My mom used to say all the time, how come she gets younger every year?
Is she really 82?
She's 82?
1942.
No.
Wow.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, she looks
I mean, they say 78,
remarkable.
but 78,
It's remarkable.
82, she's a phenom no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, either
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah. She's
But
a
she,
complete
in
freak of nature.
person, sometimes in person, you're like, oh, it's all smoke and mirrors. She's stunning,
Yeah.
incredible, body still amazing, energy,
She still has
I-
those cheekbones, right?
Yeah.
Like she's
unbelievable, unbelievable.
Wow.
And it was really, that was amazing. And then the second act, I don't think I've danced so much. I don't even know when the last time I danced like that. Cool in the Gang.
Oh
Blew
yeah.
the blew the roof off the
That reminded
house.
me of like my 6th grade graduation.
Well, Zach was saying with the confetti
Yeah.
and the sound quality, because they have like 50 people on stage.
Yeah.
Everyone is so spectacularly talented
Yeah.
that they should have headlined it, honestly. It was like after that, it was like
it's
yeah,
hard to
like,
follow something like
Yeah.
that. We saw them at the Hollywood Bowl last year, I think, and it was the same thing. It was just everybody was on their feet from the minute they got on stage.
Yeah.
Zach was sitting next
Yeah,
to me
it was
going,
amazing.
I thought I knew most of their hits, and then they just roll into another one and
Yeah.
another one and another one. And then when they did the confetti and everyone was dancing. It was Rihanna and
really
I
fun.
were losing our minds dancing.
How
We were having the
fun.
best time. Zach was like, "You haven't even had a drink, and look at you." I'm like,
So
they
great.
were literally the first musical act I've ever seen live. My first like official concert was Neil Young, but Kool and the Gang, we had growing up in the small town that Zach and I grew up in, we had a place, it was Six Flags as well, but it was Great Adventure, not Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
And they did a show. They used to do free live shows with acts in the round at Great Adventure. And I was like 13 years old, and they were the first act I ever saw. And with our roller skating affinity,
Yeah.
like it just, Kool and the Gang is like the story of roller
Yeah,
skating. I mean, just
totally.
all of it is
Yeah.
just, you've got, Chic and Kool and the Gang. It was
So fun.
incredible, incredible,
So
incredible.
fun.
Who had to follow them then?
Oh, I felt so sorry for them. Let me think, because I don't even know
Was
if
it
I
Foreigner?
remember.
Was it Foreigner?
No, Foreigner was
Yeah.
a bit later. Oh my God, who was next?
Because that's a tough act to follow.
Yeah, that is a tough act to follow. But speaking of having one hit after the other is Foreigner. I mean, my
Incredible,
God,
right?
every single song, and you
Yeah.
can't even remember that. Oh yeah, and that song. Oh, and that song. Like every song
Oh,
from our youth.
Dionne Warwick did
Oh, I saw
was
that.
stunning. She, talk about another one. She was in her little trainers and a sequin blue suit.
Yeah.
She was incredible. And Jennifer Hudson sang.
Yeah, her and Jennifer
was
Hudson.
in-
Yeah. Yeah.
incredible, which you know from the Grammys,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But she's just astounding.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She sounded amazing. And then Foreigner with Kelly Clarkson and Demi Lovato, which was incredible. And Peter Frampton, honestly,
Oh, Peter
Oh.
Frampton for me was, I mean,
I saw video,
Who
which
just, like,
didn't
you
even.
still
I mean,
love
my
him, right?
God,
Like,
And
yeah.
Keith Urban is a phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah.
And the two of them together was like, we were just, Zach and I were just in awe of the
Yeah.
show that they put on.
I can't even tell you how excited I was when I caught little glimpses of you in the audience. I was screaming, there she is, there she is.
When Ozzy was giving his acceptance speech, or the camera put the camera right on my face,
Yeah.
and I was like, Kelly and Jack are
Right.
over here, like and Sharon was like, I'm like, put the camera on them, not on me.
I was
but
so
yeah,
excited.
I was on camera a lot.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. That was what I was hoping for. And then of course, when Zach went out into the audience.
Okay, that
oh
was-
my
yeah,
God,
that was great. I saw that.
was
I
so
saw those
great.
clips.
It was such a good
I will give a
moment.
little bit of a dish back, behind the scenes. So the night before for rehearsals, Zach was out in left field without a spotlight on him. And he's so humble. And he's like,
And he wrote those songs.
he wrote Mom, I'm Coming Home with Ozzy in our first apartment
Right.
at our piano.
Yeah.
Lemmy came in and did lyrics way after the fact.
Yeah.
Zach and Ozzy wrote the melodies, and Ozzy sang Mama, I'm Coming Home. That was his like running lyrics.
Yeah.
And they wrote that together alone.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. I'll never forget it. I was there. I witnessed it go down. No More Tears solo and No More Tears really put Zach on the map as far as Ozzy's guitar player. I mean, the record before No Rest for the Wicked, Miracle Man, was like introducing everybody to Zach, but No More Tears was like his moment. And so when he's breaking out into it in rehearsals and he doesn't even have a spotlight on him, I'm like, okay. I'm like, the Jersey in me was coming out a little bit. I was getting a little pissed off. I was like, listen, show this guy some respect, because,
Yeah.
Ozzy kept saying, this is our night. It's you and me, because Randy wasn't there in
Right.
person to share and enjoy.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure he was watching from above. But so I was a little PO'd, and then Zach said to me that night, I go, they could have at least put the spotlight on you with No More Tears. And Zach goes, I got it, babe. Don't worry about it. And he goes, the spotlight will be on me. And when he jumped into the audience, Sharon said to me, where did Zach go? And I said, he jumped into the audience. She was like, yes, because it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like,
Yes.
let's have rock and roll, people.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things that I kind of wonder about with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because like Dionne Warwick, as great as she is she rock and roll?
Well, I mean,
know there's
Sammy
always
Hagar.
a question of that, right?
Right?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they have like rap artists on or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's
I was
not
like,
rock.
I thought it was the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
why
then
is it?
Tribe Called Quest came out and rocked everyone's asses off. So I think it's cool that it is a mixture of genres, because to watch it, I mean, all these people are legends too. And I thought, as someone who loves music, as a music fan, I love that it was a whole mixture of genres. Sammy Hagar, when he did his speech, definitely alluded to the fact that this is not a rock show. Like,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
these are the ingredients you need for a rock show, an inductee, and some of these people are not
Yeah,
making
because
the mark.
here's my argument for that.
You go.
I feel like all rock acts, especially nowadays, always get like a little mention at every single award show. They're like cast aside.
I mean,
They're not really
it's-
featured
No,
anymore.
because rock
so
is
this
sort
should
of like
be their thing.
Yeah, you're right. 'cause
and
it's-
they don't even give the Grammys for metal or rock live
But I'm saying-
anymore.
Exactly.
It's
It's
the
on
night
the
not even
before
televised.
with
It's on
the
the premiere
spoken word,
ceremony.
Randy. No
Yeah.
offense to your show, but
I'm not there anymore.
I know.
So you can
I
offend
know,
all you
but-
want.
I know.
I know they were always.
But that's my argument too.
I agree
because
with you on that.
I feel
I
like they
100%
don't.
agree with you.
They never feature rock acts anymore. So
No.
let that be rock's thing.
But
Yeah.
And it's called the
I
Rock and
will
Roll Hall of Fame.
say that this year was very rock heavy. I mean,
Well,
it
'cause you
was
had Foreigner and-
MC5,
Yeah.
Foreigner.
Oh,
I
and
was
that's
so happy
okay.
about MC5.
Oh my God, I was so happy about MC5.
I was
but
sad
I was
that
also
Gilby wasn't there.
But it was bittersweet because yes, Gilby played with the MC5, and it was one of his. Gilby will say, like, when you ask Gilby, out of all the bands that you've played with, because Gilby was in Heart, he was in Guns N' Roses, and he was in the MC5. He's had his old solo acts. He's been in other bands, his Kill for Thrills and all that.
Yeah.
He'll always say that his favorite time playing was with the MC5 because it was most challenging musically for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He
awesome.
loved it.
That's
And that was
cool.
when Wayne Kramer was
Wayne
still-
Kramer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gilby and Wayne became very, very close. We were always close with Wayne. And that's the one thing that pissed me off about it was like, I was happy that the MC5 got in, but I was bummed that they were all gone now. Like,
I know.
I feel like the Rock and
Yeah.
Roll Hall of Fame waits too long to honor these people.
That's a problem with all things. Like even when I worked at the Grammys, I managed the Lifetime Achievement Awards and Hall of Fame. And it's the same argument every year, like you have to kind of watch, like, you guys,
They may not be
he's-
around next year.
He's 86 years old right now. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, but sometimes people don't think about it, or they think, well, he's still got a couple of years. But it's a way better show, I think, when at least one living person is there to
Yeah.
accept
Yeah, it's sad.
the award. It makes it really sad. But like, what they could
Yeah.
have just, if they would have done this 2 years ago, right? Wayne Kramer just died like last
A year
right?
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I mean,
They
it's one of
would've
those
had
things
him-
where I guess the way you're eligible to be voted in is it has to be 25 years from your published works.
yeah, that's the same as that's
Barbara Ann
the
Wild.
same-
How many years has it been since Ozzy's published?
Okay, but he was inducted with Black Sabbath first.
Right.
And so Zach's going to be with Ozzy in 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. And MC5 was
Yeah,
in the
MC5
70s,
was in
right?
the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
too long. It'd be great if they could honor them
I mean,
while they were alive.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It
That
just
is
makes for a
true.
better show. Like I'm
Yeah.
glad, like it's so great that Cher was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
know.
like, what artists stay together for 25 years?
Yeah, nobody.
I mean,
Yeah.
even if they were alive, I mean, even Foreigner alluded to the fact that there was like, we got a text during the thing of how two of the guys weren't there
Right.
because they were asked too late and they weren't given proper time to prepare, which is absolute BS because they all knew about everything for a whole year. And they were.
But did they know everything? But did the band not invite them until the
Well-
last minute? Because, that can happen too. There's like band
well,
dynamics.
there's that and that, but there's
Yeah.
also like, who is the Rock Hall going to consider as an induction, right? Because this is what we went
Yeah.
through too. And then,
Because you have to
also
play
the-
on the record.
yeah, but there's also infighting. Like,
Yeah.
I won't name names, but I can tell you times where
Oh, yeah.
people say, I'm not coming if they're coming.
Sure.
And
Sure.
if they have to
Exactly
sit there
right.
and I'm
Yeah.
going to sit over here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
Oh, yeah.
there's so
There's
much
always
of
drama,
that. And
yeah.
it is drama, mama.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So not only does the work have to be published 25 years ago, but you have to hope that they're still talking to each other.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and that is a long shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have I can't.
Yeah. I know.
I can't share stories, but one day behind the scenes, I can tell you guys some stories. I have a hilarious one that we'll talk about at some other point, but it's amazing how petty people can be.
100%.
And all these years
Yeah.
later, and you think you're getting this honor, and everybody should just go, oh, for this one moment in time, let's all just be cool.
Yeah.
and
No,
let's-
no one can do that. No one can do that.
No
It's just not
kumbayas
possible.
happening in rock and roll.
Coup de la, as
Yeah. Yeah.
Larry David would say.
Yeah.
Is that coup de la?
Yeah.
No, it's so yeah. But yeah, that's those are my thoughts on the
I
whole
agree with
thing,
you on
but-
that 100%. But I do think that, they could only vote in so many a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
the
like
hard thing, too.
everybody's
Yeah.
got to kind of wait their, turn. And
But then
and now,
then don't vote in the non-rock and rollers.
Then
you'll have more.
Just wants the rock
right, right. That's true.
It's
But it's
it is tough though, and
It
you know,
is,
and there's
yeah.
always going to be, I think, on committees of any kind, depending on who you have on your committee to vote on
Yeah.
these things. There's always going to be people that are going to lean toward what their specialty is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's how you're going to, and then if you want to keep things, diverse by genre, then those are the people. It just
I mean, I
depends
think it
who
would be-
sits where when.
It would be really cool if the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame did one nominee that's a fan favorite. Like open it up to the
Yes.
public
Yeah.
instead of this little group of
That would be cool. Like let
elitist
people vote.
musicians or business people,
Yeah.
music business people. It would be
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
if there's one that's in because they're a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Because that would probably be someone truly that we'd all want to see inducted, you know? And I think that could be very cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that. Now,
Rick Krim,
okay,
hint, hint.
most importantly,
Yes.
let's discuss your outfit.
Okay.
Who made that
Michael
contraption?
Costello
Yes.
for Revolve. I picked it out a long time ago. Of course, I had to get your approval. I'm like
It
on
was
my
so
phone in the
gorgeous.
night. I'm like, what do you think for you go? Oh, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
a thumbs up. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And it was so funny because as we've talked about before, I'm on this Zepbound journey and I gave it to my amazing seamstress to fit me for fitting like a month and a half before. And when I
no.
went to pick it up, she's like, let's just try it on. And I had nothing in the chest to hold it up.
Oh
it
my
was
God.
so big. So she did a little surgery instantly and she cut the two straps off of it. We made it
Made
a
it
halter and
tighter?
tied it behind my ear. And then she sewed it here on me while I had it on.
Oh, wow.
And so it was perfect.
So
Yeah,
it
it
was a
looked
halter to begin
amazing on
with?
you.
It was not a halter. It had
Oh.
like straps that went and connected like in the lower back, but it didn't really do anything to hold it up. So
Right.
this way I was able to tie it around
Oh,
my
that's
neck.
genius.
It was it was perfect. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So
It looked
and
incredible.
thank
on
you. I felt so comfortable and it was one of those nights where, you know, everything worked.
Yeah.
It was just like, you know, Sharon was like, "Who did your makeup after all?" I go, "I did it." She's like,
Yeah.
"Your eyes look beautiful." I was like, I did it myself with Zach
Yeah.
on my back telling me, we're going to be late. Could you
Right.
hurry up, please? We have to go. Because they wanted to run through with the singers one more
Yeah.
time before. Like everything was, you know, you wait for months and then it's always last minute at the last minute. But everything came together and it was so much fun. And we got to hang with our buds, Robert Trujillo and Chloe Trujillo.
yeah.
And that was really fun. And then I ran into Chuck D and Flavor Flav, who were the
Fun.
first artists that I worked with in the rap world when I was at William Morris Agency with Carol Lewis. And it was so fun to see them and hang out with them. And then Flav was Zach did the anthem for the Cleveland Browns game on
Gilby
Sunday.
was so happy. He was so excited
was
about that. He was like,
so
tell Zach to
great.
grab me some swag.
I did. And Zach is like putting everything aside. He's like, this is all for Gilby. Put this all and give it. I have stuff for him. I
Yeah,
just forgot to bring
so
it with me
cute.
today. But yeah, so it was just an unbelievable
What
everything
a whirlwind,
about it
right? How
was-
fun.
is you know
Did you
don't-
get good gift bags?
They gave us gift bags that were in the hotel room when we got into the hotel. There were some cool things in there. I didn't really, you know, Zach, everything's always off limits because he doesn't want to open everything and everything has to be saved for memorabilia.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't really get to scope out too much of it except for the sweets. Anything that was chocolate
Yeah.
and caramel popcorn and all that I delved
Yeah.
into. But as far as the trying to think what was in there.
Where was the venue? Because they switched it from when we went.
It
It's
was
a totally
at
different venue.
the oh my God. It was like around the corner from the Rock Hall. It was at it was like a amphitheater.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked
Was
big.
it-
It's
yeah,
a-
it was very
It was much
big,
bigger
right?
than when we went.
Yeah, it was right around the corner from the cool little part of downtown.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I have to remember. It was
Okay.
you know, because it's all branded.
Yeah.
Everything is owned by a bank or a telecom. It's an arena.
Yeah. What shoes
There.
did you wear?
I wore YSL 6-inch boots that
Good
I
girl.
yeah,
Good girl.
platform. They were fantastic.
As my toe is throbbing right now.
Yes, I'm sorry. They were actually surprisingly incredibly comfortable. Yeah, everything was, you know, I wore my jewelry that the Osbournes gifted me. All my best jewelry was either, well, a gift from my husband, but mostly always from Ozzy
How
and
was Sharon? Was Sharon just super pleased with
You know,
everything? Was she happy?
We all were, especially Sharon, obviously.
It
99.
seemed like Ozzy was really, really touched, you know, and
He was, you know, I thought he was going to cry.
yeah.
He was choked up, but then being the, you know, consummate professional
Yeah. You
rock
could tell
star
he was very
He brought
touched.
himself right back and
Yeah.
made a joke and it was
Yeah.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
I thought Jack Black's speech
Oh,
was
yeah.
phenomenal because he didn't really say anything in the rehearsals except for cue Ozzy for his line of
right.
you know, whatever it was that he said. I don't even remember anymore because I was watching him with like bated breath because he sounded to me like he was going to cry. And I was like, oh God, please, Ozzy, don't cry because
Then
then
everyone's
everyone's
gonna
going to cry.
cry.
And please, but he didn't. He was like, like, let's roll or whatever. But Jack Black said that he had taken, Sharon told me afterward, that he had taken all Ozzy's albums and went through all videos and documentaries and
Wow.
did like a retrospective of his speech through Ozzy's entire career. And none of us knew what was happening and the video behind him and stuff.
Yeah,
He
it
did
was
that
great
all.
seeing all
it
the
was,
imagery.
I thought it was the best speech of the
Yeah.
night. And then Cher, of course, was
That's really
incredible.
cool.
But it was great.
Yeah.
It was really amazing. And just like all of us were in awe of it. It was really incredible.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a fun time. And then what happens? You go back to the hotel and
We
then-
went back to the hotel and they have an after party upstairs of they had all the
They
artists
did that when
stay in the
GNR
same
did it, too.
hotel, which was surprising to me. And so on the top floor, which overlooked the entire city, which was just a beautiful space, they had us all up there.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun.
Did Cher go
Sharon
to the
holding
party?
court. Pardon?
Did Cher go to the party?
I did not see Cher. I saw.
care about. Oh my God! Did you see? I saw that Zendaya showed up in the Cher's Bob
Mackie.
Mackie gown.
And let me
Gorgeous.
tell you something. That girl is the most spectacular
She's stunning.
creature
I know.
that walks this planet as it is.
I know.
And I always think that every time I see her on the carpet, I'm like, oh my God, she takes your breath away. In person,
Yeah,
speechless.
it's shocking. I know.
They were back doing their red carpet interview.
Yeah.
And Cher was right next to her. And it's kind of hard to steal thunder from Cher.
Yeah.
I was in awe.
Well, the Bob Mackie gown. I mean,
It was almost,
amazing.
It was more like a jumpsuit in
Yeah.
person.
yeah.
But it was like she has almost this very similar body
Yeah.
and stature as Cher.
Yeah.
She's much taller. But it fit her incredible.
Yeah, she looked gorgeous.
Wow.
It
Oh my
looked
God.
it looked unbelievable. I don't know if I ever talked about this on the podcast, but one year for Gilby's, I think it was his 40th. Remember when we did the gambling part?
Oh yes. You wore
the-
you wore the
the
from
Casablanca, whatever.
Goodfellas or something, right?
Yes,
Wasn't it? Yeah.
It was a casino.
The casino.
So we did. It was Gilby's 40th birthday, and we did a casino night. And I
Was it
decided
the
that
same night as the roller skating?
no, that was a different. That was
Okay.
my birthday. Don't confuse the two. So for Gilby's birthday, I had all our furniture taken out of our house, and I turned our house into a casino. And
Oh
I
my
hired
gosh, I missed
showgirls.
everything.
It was before I knew
I
you.
mean, come on now.
I had Vegas showgirls.
Can we redo it for like his
We really,
65th?
we really should.
Which we've got a couple years, but
And I called Bob Mackie Studios and asked if I could borrow the gown that Sharon Stone wore in Casino. And so they let me borrow it. I
Get
went in
out
there
of
and I
town.
wore her gold and white striped
Yeah.
gown from the
I
show
have a picture,
Casino.
I think, of us with.
Yeah.
I was with. We have a picture of us together somewhere. I have to find
Yeah.
it.
And it was so crazy because Sharon Stone is a lot taller than me. And
like when we went to her art exhibit, she is tall.
she's very tall. And so when I was walking around in the gown, I was
What did they?
I was
because they don't let
crushing
you
the little,
alter it.
I was crushing the little beads on the bottom of it. So I was like, oh my God, I'm killing the casino dress. So I did a little blind hem on it, like just quickly stitched it up so that I wouldn't harm the dress because I'm so much shorter. And of course, I was wearing these huge platforms. underneath
Right.
it,
Yeah,
so-
she's tall.
Yeah, she's very tall.
Wow, that is spectacular. I wish I would have saw that.
I know it was it was Really, it
Amazing.
was really really fun. Okay, so in the same vein, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, since that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you saw this, but there's a new book about the Presleys.
Oh yeah, I saw
didn't.
some of the little interview things about it.
Lisa Marie Presley and her daughter Riley Keough wrote together, and it's called From Here to the Great Unknown.
Oh wow.
And it's about
Oh, and Riley Keough penned it?
Well, it's really interesting. So they did an interview with Oprah. Riley did an interview with Oprah, which I watched, and it was, oh my God, it was heart-wrenching. But she talked about the book. She was promoting the book. So I, of course, ran out and grabbed the book
Oh my
because I
God, I
wanted
have
to
to
read
read
it
it too.
because, I love memoirs.
Me too. It's my favorite.
And apparently, Lisa Marie had gone to her daughter, Riley, and said, I want to write, I'm going to write a memoir. And I've done all these like interviews. And she was kind of shy about writing a memoir and writing a book and really didn't see what everybody's fascination was about her and what she could contribute. And so she went to Riley and said, will you help me write this book with all of my recordings and stuff? And Riley was like, of course I will, Mom. And then a month later, she passed away.
Wow.
And so Riley took all the recordings and wrote the book in both their voices. So she uses a font a specific font for when her mom's talking and then another font for when she's speaking.
Oh.
So it's really done beautifully as a collaboration with the two of them. And, and sometimes her mom was recording like an interview with her and she would tell a story, but maybe not mention parts of the story that really help play out the story.
Yeah.
So Riley fills it in.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's really
Beautiful.
cool. It's really, really cool. And it gives you a lot of insight into her life and to what she went through. And I haven't been able to put it down. I've just been mowing through this book. It's very interesting.
Was it recorded over years or was it more recent? Like when did she
I
start
think it was more
planning
recent.
Okay.
It was more recent because she talks about everything.
And
so
like the son's suicide and everything.
she talks about that in great detail, and it's
that informed
heart-wrenching.
Yeah, that informed so much of her later life.
Yes.
And in fact her death, right? I mean
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And she knew she wasn't going to survive that.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah. It's heart-wrenching. And all the things that she went through and her relationship with her dad, Lisa Marie's relationship with her dad. And it's interesting. There's a line in the book where Riley said that she almost was angry at her grandfather for dying because of what it did to her mother.
Oh.
Yeah. So really interesting read if you are into memoirs. And,
my favorite.
Yeah, I've seen a lot
you
of
think
little
you know
clips.
everything,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of details that you don't know. And it gives you a lot of, it gives you the whole nuance of what made her, and how difficult it is to grow up in that shadow of something.
I mean, that's got to be
like
one
her
of
father.
the brightest lights to have grown up under, right?
Yes.
I mean, not only because of Elvis, who Elvis was, but then because he died when she was so young.
Right.
But if you go to Memphis, you would not even know that he was dead, right? I mean,
No,
everything
it's
in
true.
Memphis
Yeah.
is Elvis, 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 Elvis. There are people that still act as if Elvis is still alive.
Yeah.
So, and she
She
has to
said
grow
there's
up
never
with,
been a time for her, never has she ever been to Memphis and not been to Graceland and never not seen people outside the gates. There's always
there's
Yeah.
been always people there.
outside the gates
mean,
constantly.
It's so crazy. I just remember going there thinking, what's going to happen in like 2 generations from now?
Yeah.
Will Elvis continue? Like what will happen to Memphis? Because it's literally, that's the company town. The company town is Elvis, Graceland, the
Right.
whole legacy. But she had to grow up with all of that under the shadow of his death, under the shadow of everything that he went through, under the shadow of what happened with Priscilla and all of it. I mean,
and then she talks about Michael Jackson, her marriage to Michael Jackson.
that was weird.
Okay.
Fascinating, fascinating. I reread that section 3 times. I was watching.
Is it long?
Really?
And then she was married to Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really interesting read. If
Did
you're
she get into detail about the Michael Jackson
she
relationship?
does.
Oh boy.
She does. It's quite shocking. It's not
Look
what
at
you think.
Barb is
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite shocking. So yeah, interesting read. If for sure, I would check it out if you're into memoirs.
I love the cover.
Yeah.
It's
That classic
it's a sweet
photo.
it's
Yeah.
a classic photo and I love the coloring of it.
Yeah. The book itself is cool too. It's blue, which I thought was like a vintage blue. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool.
You know me, I read more into it than there really
Right.
is.
Well,
but-
no, I mean the whole thing with Blue Velvet, he was obsessed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there might be something to
Yeah.
that.
It's a good book. I really enjoyed it.
Danielle, just fix your mic real quick. You just
Oh, oops, sorry, I knocked it over. Okay. Is it time for Flicks AF? Because I
Yeah.
got a doozy, girls.
Did you watch the menopause movie?
No.
Okay. All
No,
right.
girls, it's the antithesis of menopause
Smut.
movie.
What
Yes.
smut did you watch?
Oh no.
I count on you for bringing us all the soft porn.
Barb, Lisa, you're welcome. You're welcome.
What young hot dude was naked through half the movie that you watched?
You see, this is the problem here. Barb knows me so well
Oh no.
that she ruins my punchline every time.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be your I don't know, your sidekick. So I should be enhancing your punchline. I'm sorry
No,
about
you
that.
ruined my punchline.
I'm
Barb.
sorry. Go.
Okay. It's called I can't even get it out. It's so funny. I don't know how I stumbled
Nothing
upon
will
this.
be better than MILF Manor.
Oh, it's
So-
better.
Oh.
It's
MILF
called
Manor.
Yeah.
Mil-
you know-
oh, you're late to the party, Lisa. You're late to the party.
It even took my husband by shock. It even shocked Zach that he's
MILF
like,
Manor.
what is this shit
That's
that
another
I'm watching?
time. Wait.
Okay.
This one is called, get this, Deceitful Love.
Oh no.
Where on earth did you find this?
I'll research for the show. It's called.
Is it? Are you
called,
trying to hurt Gilby with his westerns?
Oh
It's
my
called
God.
Deceitful Love. And
Right.
here, it's an Italian movie. It's all dubbed, but it's about a 60-something-year-old woman that falls in love with a young hot guy
I
by
love
the
it.
side of the
Now,
road.
okay, so I'm on board with this.
It is fantastic. It's 5 episodes, 5 or 6 episodes.
Oh, it's like a series.
It's a limited series, 5 to 6 episodes. It's all shot in Italian, but it's these Italian actors.
You don't need to hear what they're saying.
No, who cares? And all I have to say is she's in his 60s. She's in her 60s, and he's not. And
When are we going? Where? When? And what village are we going to for our research trip?
I mean, I feel like we should take an honest AF research trip.
Yes,
right
we
there.
need to.
First of all, it's beautifully the scenery is beautiful. If you're watching the scenery,
Who
But-
is the scenery? What is his name? And
I
where
have
did
no
he come
idea.
from?
Some
She doesn't even know.
I have no idea who the actor was.
That's even better.
Marcello. it's
Luigi, I don't
Fabio,
know.
it's-
I don't know. I don't know. But the actress is spectacular. She is gorgeous. She's in her 60s in real life, probably her late 60s, I think.
Wow.
Not a tiny drop of Botox, no nipping and tucking, no nothing.
Awesome.
Natural, au natural, beautiful, chic, and sexy. She does these sex scenes and the nudity and the comfort level. I was like,
God bless her.
it was amazing.
Oh,
It was
I'm gonna have
amazing.
to go home and watch it.
It's those Italians.
Seriously.
Seriously.
It's the
Where-
olive
what
oil
is it on
with garlic in their
Netflix?
blood. I don't know what it is. They're vampires. I don't know.
But where did you
Is
find
it
it?
on Netflix
Oh,
or
Netflix.
okay?
Or is this a video you had to go buy at the smoke shop?
Circus Liquors.
In a brown paper
She got
bag.
it at Circus Liquors.
Here's Daniela coming out in a brown paper
With her
bag.
deceitful love.
Deceitful love.
Deceitful love.
The title alone.
Why is it
had me hooked.
deceitful? Because he's
You
Somebody
gotta
young.
lying?
watch. You gotta
Oh,
watch.
okay.
You gotta watch.
She cheating on her old husband.
No. Listen, it's brilliant. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I think
am
everyone
so
will
excited.
enjoy
Look
it.
at you. You're all glowing.
I'm beaming, right?
You are absolutely
Because I love bringing everyone a little
You really
bit of
do a
smut.
service, Daniela.
Yeah, it's a service.
Yes.
Yeah.
I,
Who ever thought at my age, at my
I
stature,
mean, my
that I would be an
creams have
advocate?
nothing on your service that you do for the Honest AF show.
And you're
listeners.
all welcome.
Yes.
Okay, is it time for Barb's bag
Very
of tricks
appropriate
now?
for the beginning of Scorpio season, too. We just entered Scorpio season.
There you
Deceitful
go.
Love. It's
Deceitful
perfect.
love. There you go.
It's perfect.
Okay, now I got to go find this.
Actually, I have an oil to go with Deceitful
Look
Love.
at this.
On
Look at this.
Barb's
It's
bag of
not even
tricks.
planned, and it just kind of.
You and I are just connected.
Yeah,
we just
we
are subliminally. Okay. So this is called Magic Luxury Body Oil.
Deceitful love body oil.
It doesn't say that, but it's for bums, tums, thighs, and underarms. First of all,
Bums.
it is, wait till you smell this. It is, I mean, you're going to say it smells like you, Barb, because it does have that like oud
Oh, I
base.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
smoky, sexy, incensey vibe.
Yeah.
But this is for crepey skin.
Oh,
And it's firming.
I could use that.
Be still our hearts.
It is incredible. Incredible.
Ooh.
I can't tell you every single person that
Pass it over. I want to smell it.
this is for you.
Oh.
Every single
Oh,
person
exciting.
that I encountered during the rock hall backstage was like, "What do you use on your skin? Even your body skin is
Well,
glowing.
your skin is
Smells so good."
phenomenal. It's not
But
normal.
aside of my lovely,
Ooh,
Is
I
it
love
not-
the way that smells.
and you just put a tiny bit with one of your creams, put it on
Yeah.
you. It's amazing.
Ooh, that's divine.
Another
Oh, that smells really
Instagram
good.
algorithm. It
It's
is
got like Lang Lang or
fantastic.
something in it.
Oh, it smells so good.
And it doesn't sting. It doesn't do any of that like peppery
Make sure
thing.
it's-
Oh, thank
It
God,
works.
because you know what
I
happened
know,
to me.
I know. But it's
happened?
amazing.
She got me some.
She got a little
like,
too close to the vajayjay with something that she wasn't supposed to.
You know, Barb's bag of tricks has done me.
It's absolutely a bag of tricks.
has done me in a couple times. One time she gave me some kind of I don't know. I think like a cellulite cream.
Yeah,
or
and it
a
was
cellulite
it had
lotion or
like
something. It had like peppermint or something in it.
capsaicin pepper in it.
And I put it on my thighs, really close to whatever, and I was naked when I did it. So then when I leaned on one leg, it got in there, and it was fire. Fire. I was like, burn.
I highly, 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 highly recommend this oil. I am in love with it.
Oh my
It
God.
is so good.
Awesome. It's called Magic Luxury Body Oil by Besk.
Yeah,
Biscay?
Bescure. I don't know.
B-E-S-Q-U-E.
I'll put a link to it on the YouTube and on Instagram and TikTok. But it's phenomenal.
Oh, amazing. I can't wait
Nice.
to
It
try
actually
it.
works in addition to smelling good. It makes your skin glow. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it smells really good.
I can't wait to try it. So, you know, another time, Barb gave me something.
What did I
She,
do?
she gave me something that calms you down and makes you sleep better.
Oh boy.
And
Was
they
it
were
like
these,
a-
like
you
a
have to take
supplement.
it? Okay.
Yeah, it was like a supplement. Really, she said, "Oh, they taste phenomenal. They're really
Oh,
wonderful."
the chocolate ones?
No,
Were
it
those the
wasn't
little
chocolate.
chocolate
They were
ones?
like some like sweet,
Gummy?
like gummy thing. And I was like, "Oh, fantastic!"
Oh boy.
That night, I couldn't sleep. So I took a half of a gummy, one of my sleep gummies by that company Wild,
Yeah.
strangely enough.
Yeah. Which I still haven't been brave enough to try.
And they spell it the same way you do.
I know they do.
Is that like a CBD gummy
It's
that
a
you
CBD
take?
gummy.
Does it have THC
It
in
has
it?
a little bit
Okay.
THC in it, so but it just puts you to sleep. It's so nice. But I only take a half because a whole one would do me
Yeah,
in.
you're such a lightweight.
I'm a lightweight, so I take like a little less than a half, like really a third of it. And and it knocks me out in 15, 20 minutes, I'm out. And I love it. So that night I couldn't sleep, so I took a third of that. And then I was like, oh, that's right. Barb gave me those wonderful gummies to
no.
calm me down.
Oh no.
I don't.
So I took one and I was like, oh, they taste delicious. And
Oh,
they don't
no.
have CBD or THC in them. They're
Right.
wonderful. I ate them.
Oh no.
I ate them like they were candy.
Oh my God.
And then I went to sleep. I went to sleep and I fell asleep and I woke up like, zing.
Oh, that's right. That's when you had major nightmares.
I woke up and I had a panic attack.
Yes, I remember
I
you
started
telling me.
panicking and I looked over at Gilby and I was like, wake up, wake up. I don't feel good. Something's wrong with me. And he's like, he looked at me and he goes, you're high. And I go, what do you mean I'm high? He goes, you're high. go upstairs and watch TV. Just focus on the TV. So I go upstairs and I can't walk. I'm wobbling all over my bedroom. I'm hanging on to everything. I'm falling down. So then I start crawling, and I crawl to the staircase to go upstairs to go watch a movie or TV. And I'm crawling up the staircase, and I'm seeing cupcakes
And donuts.
Cupcakes floating down my staircase, streaming down my staircase.
Was in the.
I think it was just like a melatonin ashwagandha.
No,
I don't remember which
it
one
was the mushrooms.
Oh, that's right. It was the
mushrooms.
mushrooms. That's right.
So I go upstairs. I lay down on my bathroom
did you-
floor.
And
I'm begging for mercy. I'm begging God to help me.
You don't need a lot.
They were delicious,
They
and
were
I ate them all.
delicious.
I was
They
high
were
as
in
a
a
kite
tin.
on mushrooms.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the mushroom.
The next morning,
gotta
when I
order
woke
them
up in
again.
the bathroom face down, the next morning,
So were they like? So they're like mushrooms, right?
There's
That you
mushrooms
take
in
but
a
there.
not
little bit of a
LSD. I mean, not like
hallucinogenic?
a full on. You're not supposed to eat more than like one.
yeah. Well, I ate them like they were Smarties, like they were candy.
And so you saw cupcakes floating down your stairs.
Streaming down my staircase. And then I was laying face down on the bathroom floor in my guest
That's
bathroom.
right. I forgot about
begging
that.
for mercy. I was begging for somebody to find me and help me and reverse this.
I got to order them again. They
Then-
were
Oh,
delicious.
The next day, I went, what did I do? What was so different? I just took a half. Gilby was like, you were so high, your eyes. And I go, what was that? I just took a half a gummy. He goes, you must have taken something else. I go, well, the other thing I took was what Barb gave me, and that's just to relax you. He goes, let me see that. He reads it. He goes, Daniela, mushrooms.
You were tripping.
Okay, that's hilarious. Daniela's hilarious even when she drinks like one
Oh,
drink.
The one
Like
she was-
one
I had
alcoholic
too
beverage.
much to drink last night. I go, how much did you? I had one. Well, I had a sip of one. I'm like, I love when you drink though. It's always so
I
much.
think I'm
it's so
allergic
much
to
She's the
alcohol. I
best.
think I'm allergic. I think my liver doesn't
Metabolize it?
metabolize things because I get crazy.
You get
Yeah, but you get happy.
happy.
Yeah, very
You're
happy.
like funny.
I mean, I see cupcakes.
Yeah.
I have to get those mushrooms again.
Oh,
I
have
forgot
plenty.
about them.
I'm terrified of them now.
I
Did
think
it
that's
make you do anything like that? Like when you take a little
it
bit, what
helped
did
me
it
to
feel
sleep
like?
because
Oh.
I own and definitely, but not tripping. But I only took the recommended dosage. I didn't indulge in them like they were our favorite chocolates. But
That's
they
funny.
they definitely made me chill. But I'm pretty chill anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of times. I'm a lightweight too, like you though.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot of anything.
No,
to,
I can't. I don't either.
You know?
I take magnesium chewies like
Oh,
at
yeah,
night
they're
when I
great.
can't fall asleep, but I don't even take the whole thing. Like I take a half and then I wrap the other half back up and then I put
I
it
take
away.
magnesium every night. That is a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
really
good for you.
helps.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it is good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Well,
need to get them again. That's fun. I forgot all about that story.
Oh my God.
You're like, I saw cupcakes, and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds fantastic.
I wish I would have seen Daniela trying to crawl up the stairs. I would have
oh
loved
my
that.
God, I was crawling in my skivvies. It was really a sight. Anyways, I guess that does it for this episode. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, I'm so happy.
It was so
here.
perfect because
Yes.
we were talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of
Yeah.
Fame, and you come from the Grammys, so you know the process. Okay, so that does it for this episode of Honest AF.
Yes, it does.
Make sure you check us out. If you're listening, check us out on YouTube too, because now we have that. You can
And
actually
TikTok.
see us. TikTok.
Yeah, you guys are like, okay, since I was here and I haven't even seen you guys record for quite some time.
No,
Like it is, you have stepped it up.
thank
We're
you.
trying. We're
You're
trying.
like international. You're on.
I will
Yeah.
say that I did have several people say to me during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm so excited to meet you. I couldn't wait to meet you. I'm like, oh, Zach. And they're like, no, not him, you.
The
I was like,
podcast.
I love the podcast. And there were two of them were men.
Oh,
I was
how
like,
funny.
I love
Oh,
this. It was
Yeah,
sweet.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
that.
they tune in to hear about Deceitful Love.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Right,
I can't
it's so
wait.
great.
I'm going to have to watch it.
Everyone, do yourself a favor. When you're bored, watch it. Okay. So check us out on all our platforms. Honest AF Show is our name on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, YouTube. And if there are any products
Yeah.
or subject matters that you want us to touch on, let us know. Message us. We love hearing from you.
Yes, we do.
Until
Bye.
next time, y'all take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.